Welcome to Noona Ya Business Podcast, episode 42, 1 year anniversary, part 1, with your hosts, Becca and Megan. 42 episodes, 68 hours and 24 minutes of audio, and 365 days of podcasting. Today, we celebrate 1 year of this adventure together by digging into past episodes, reading listener messages, and inviting guests onto the show. Megan Love Actually's Jungkook, Becca has a rootin' tootin' holiday, and our significant others weigh in on the importance of having a bias. So grab your cheap champagne, plastic cups, and chocolates so we can celebrate together. That's what you're in for today on Noona Ya Business. Here we go. Off mute.
It's not on mute if it's red, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good. I'm
Welcome.
solid.
We made it.
We did it.
One whole BTSing year.
It's funny because it does not feel like that long to me.
No.
But also does kind of, I guess. A lot has happened in the last year. Like a ton has happened.
I've grown into myself as a woman in the last year.
And I've not. I've grown away from myself. I hardly know me.
I'm gonna open this. I bought.
Amen.
I didn't buy. I had my husband buy Megan and I cheap champagne to celebrate today.
She says cheap, but we're gonna pretend like it's Dom frickin' Perignon.
Why are we celebrating?
How
Megan?
do you like that for a good French pronunciation? Dom Perignon. We're celebrating our 1 year anniversary of this podcast, which is like our friendship 6-year anniversary.
Yeah,
Which is also
I
beautiful.
don't want to break my computer by opening this.
Is it corked or is it
I think it's gonna kind of.
we are okay, we're not video recording tonight because it's just we needed to like be focused and we want this to be a really good episode and to sound really good. But I wish you could see us right now because we both look terrified about what's going to happen with this bottle.
My hands
Do
are
you
all
want me to try?
sweaty.
Do me to go, God.
Yeah.
Why am I so scared? Okay.
Okay. Twist, pop, and
Reads twist to open.
pop, lock, and drop it, Megan.
What is least breakable? Do you like?
It's coming.
It's making a sound.
It's coming. Oh, that was so anticlimactic.
Well, we tried.
That's why it's cheap champagne. It didn't do a darn thing.
It was still fun.
Megan, would you like some?
Yes, please. Oh, this champagne is just like me, extra dry. Cheers, Becca.
Cheers.
We sound like we already started drinking, but we haven't.
Here.
Oh, I love it.
Classy.
My glass is plastic, so these are like the glasses I have at home.
Happy 1 year.
Happy 1 year. It's been a delight.
We have a lot of super fun things planned for today. So
And by we mean Becca.
I think we should dig in. Should we play our game, Megan?
Let's do it.
So we weren't going to do a game because I have other things planned. But then I called Megan on my way home from work today, and I was like, "No, it's my 1 year anniversary. I want to play a BTS game, and we're gonna play a BTS game."
Especially because I feel like the impetus for finally beginning this podcast was the growing obsession that we had with BTS. Like, I
Did
feel
you
like
just
we
say impetus?
Yeah, is that correct?
Wow.
Was that used correctly?
Champagne and fancy words?
What can I
Dang.
say? I was an English student.
Mm.
Was that correct? Impetus.
I'm sure.
Well, let's hope so. The impetus for starting this was our growing obsession with BTS, where we were finally like, we need to put all of this energy somewhere.
Yes.
Because it's like bubbling up inside of us with nowhere to go.
You're describing the stomach flu.
I am. And then we just puked it all over you guys. Sorry. This is off to a really good start. But anyway, yeah, so Becca was right. She was like, what better way to celebrate 1 year than with a good old-fashioned
And I
BTS game?
We've been taking a lot of requests, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point of today is we're going to revisit some of our favorite things that we've learned and done over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
And we have some special guests that Megan doesn't know
I
about.
don't even know what that means.
But I was going through some of the old stuff and I was like, oh, it was so fun when I would just call you the day of and be like, let's do this. It wasn't something we had planned or something anybody told us we had to do. Again, we like playing games that people recommend.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm just like, it's been so long since we've just like gone by the seat of our pants. So we're going to do it today.
That's where we really shine.
This is where we excel.
The seat of our pants.
Now watch, this will not be funny at all.
Yeah, I know. Seriously.
All right.
How could it not be funny? Listen to the prompt, you guys. Becca thought of it.
BTS as guests at a Christmas party.
So when you were putting this together, were you thinking of a work Christmas party?
I was more or less thinking of a work Christmas party because
Okay,
I don't go
too.
to any other Christmas parties.
I don't know if I've ever been to a Christmas party. None of my jobs have. Oh, I lied. My job in college, we had a Christmas party. I had one. I've been to one work Christmas party, but that was enough. I got all the answers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You only have to go to one Christmas party if alcohol's involved to get your answers to this game. So let's hit it. BTS as guests at a Christmas party. Oldest to youngest. Megan, would you like to start us off?
I'd love to. So for Jin, I said he's that guy that's still cooking even though the party started. So it's like he comes in all like, I'm sorry, I have to, can I use your stove? Like I'm running late and I forgot.
He's not even the host.
Like he's not even the host. But you know how everybody brings something? Well, he's like all in a tizzy because it's not done. And he like needs to use the kitchen now. And so and probably spends like the entire time finishing what he made and then fixing what everybody else made.
I love that.
That's how I
think
see
that's
him.
Perfect.
What did you?
Pretty much the exact same thing. I said he's the host or hostess. So he's in the kitchen and you are the guest who's like, oh, the appetizers are out. And you go to reach for one, he like slaps your hand. And he's like, it's not prepared. I haven't plated it yet. And he gets all mad. And you're like, I was here for a party.
Like, okay, well, this is super fun. Thanks for inviting me. I feel like that would be him hosting anything where it's just like, I don't think this is fun, but I'm enjoying it. Like, it's so ridiculous. It's really great.
I come here for my material for the
Yeah,
rest
seriously.
of the year. Yes.
I feel like he should never host anything because the stress level, like, just spikes for him when he's, like, in charge. He's totally chill if everybody else is dealing with stuff, but then as soon as he's in charge, it's like, okay,
bam,
everyone back off.
Yeah. All right, Yoongi.
I have, okay, are you familiar with the White Elephant gift exchange?
Absolutely am.
Okay, for anyone who's not, and I hope that I described this correctly, a White Elephant gift is when everybody who comes to a party brings a present, and usually they're pretty stupid. Like there's something you have in your house that you don't want, or they're like a goofy calendar. There's this infamous story in Jeff and Greg's family about their dad and his sister got each other the same cat clock because they don't like cats and they all make cat sounds. So it's like that. You buy stuff that somebody probably doesn't want.
Yes.
I said Yoongi is the guy staking out the White Elephant gifts where he actually bought something kind of decent. So he will be darned if he doesn't get a decent present also. So he's just like checking out what everybody brought because he's going to get like that iTunes gift card that somebody phoned in.
Yep.
Or something like that. And he takes it super seriously.
I have to share with you the best White Elephant gift I ever got. And I totally used it, even though it was just stupid. Was somebody took a can of baked beans and they put a can of root beer on top. And then they wrapped it up in a pretty bow. And the gift card said, have a rootin' tootin' Christmas.
Clever.
So if anybody out there needs a good White Elephant gift.
Well, one time, here's a bad White Elephant gift.
Let's hear it.
I got, they have like the dollar bin where you can like buy old, like I bought a couple really bad romantic comedies and then a bag of like Dove chocolate and a box of Kleenex. And it was like a sad night in starter kit kind of thing. And the guy who got it was my boss who'd just gotten out of a relationship. So it was it was just like terrible timing. And I was like, I'm so sorry. That wasn't meant for you. That wasn't how it was supposed to go. I'm so sorry. He just looked so sad. I ruined Christmas. Anyway.
I kind of had the opposite.
Okay.
I had Yoongi would just be the Grinch. He's the guy there with a glass of hard liquor who's only there to show his face and to be like, I made an appearance, I had a drink,
I showed up,
and now I'm going home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I feel like that actually, in my thought process, fits in with this because it's sort of like, you made me spend $10 on a gift. I'm going to get my investment back, and then I'm going to leave.
And then I'm going to go home.
Yes, which I support you, Yoongi. That's probably me at that party,
Unless something cool, like somebody gets ridiculously drunk or a fight breaks out, and he's like, I guess I can stay around for a little bit.
Let me grab my phone because I'm going to record this.
All right, J-Hope.
I have that he's the guy trying to be very Christmas cheerful. So he's like the guy walking around with mistletoe and being like, you guys should kiss, which is definitely sexual harassment. So, like, don't do that if you're going to a Christmas party. But I feel like he's that guy who's like, is everybody having fun? Are we all filled with the holiday spirit? And everybody's like, no, leave. Except for if J-Hope came up to me doing anything, I wouldn't tell him to leave. I'd be like, I'll be whatever you want me to be, J-Hope.
I had that he's the first one to pass out. Mostly because he is the guy so full of cheer. He's super excited, starts drinking early. He probably gets to the party 30 minutes early. By the time everybody else would get there, he's like had 3 nervous drinks.
It's like,
and then before you know it, he's all of a sudden like really sleepy, and then he just disappears, and you find him asleep in the guest's bed, and you're like all right.
A kid where they're just like so hyped for Christmas, they wear themselves out. Like he wears himself out with happiness.
He's like the dog.
Yes.
Just running around. And then you're like, where's the dog? And it's like the dog is in the garage.
The dog
fast asleep.
Deeply needed alone time. That's perfect.
All right, RM.
God bless him. I said he's the guy that shows up to the work Christmas party and like can only talk about work. Where you're all trying to just chill out and have a drink, and he's like, yeah, but that meeting. He just keeps bringing it up, and you're like, I swear to God, if you don't stop, I'm kicking you out of this party.
Megan, we think alike. It's crazy how even after 6 years of friendship and 1 year of doing this podcast, our answers are pretty much identical every time. I had that he's the one guy who brings up politics, even though you ask him not to.
Yes. You're like, this is not Christmas party discussion material.
Not the time or the place.
You are going to make everyone mad. Like, even if everyone in this room is in agreement, whatever you say next is going to put us all in a bad mood. There's no way this ends
The world
well.
Is on fire and a mess.
Yes.
We just want to have a drink.
Everything is terrible and it's Christmas and we're allowed to pretend like it's not for 5 seconds. Stop.
Please stop talking about politics,
Stop.
RM.
I would happily be the person that makes out with him just to shut him up. That's a person at a Christmas party,
like
right?
The people who do that in my experience at Christmas parties, the next day you're like, "How was your Christmas party?" Like, "Oh my gosh, I had so much fun,"
great.
and it's like everybody else was super depressed
You're
because
like,
you kept bringing up bad things.
You Eeyored the party. You made it.
You're
so
a real life
weird.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah, you ruined it. And he's like, "What are you talking about? I thought it was great. That food, though." Like, God damn
If
it.
Jin would have just stopped slapping my hand, that was great.
That's the thing. We're all hungry because Jin won't give us any food, so we're already in a bad mood.
And then we're all lubricated with alcohol.
Yeah.
And then RM brings up politics.
It's so much better when you imagine that this party is just us and then BTS acting this way. So J-Hope's going around trying to get me to mistletoe every single other member of BTS. I love this scenario.
All right, Jimin.
I said it earlier. Say it again. It's the slutty one.
No, earlier you said the flirt.
Oh, did
To
I?
say the slutty one makes it so much funnier.
He's the one who you're like, and you're almost just like, again, you shouldn't do this at a work anything. But he's just like, at work he's real professional, and then outside of work you're like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't think he crosses any lines, but you know that he would if you gave him an opening.
There's implications, yeah.
And it's in a way that you would never consider crossing that line because you're coworkers, but then you're like, man, he's really, the line is blurring for him. It's just like awkward but not unpleasant because it's Jimin. Only because it's Jimin. This is not appropriate behavior for any other work function.
Kind of similarly, I said he would be the drunk. He'd be the one who's just pounding drinks left and right and constantly like your glass is empty and you turn around and all of a sudden it's magically full.
He's just plying everyone.
He's just
with
trying to get everyone.
Nothing specific. He wants everyone happy and drunk.
Everyone hydrated, yes.
Identifies that RM is bringing the mood down. And is immediately like, how do we fix this?
Alcohol.
Actually, I just erase my answer because this is him. It is him being like, I am going to fix this. And it might be messy, but we're going to do it. We're just doing it this way.
I can just see him at a party because we're such good friends. You guys all know this now. Like almost like petting RM's head and being, and like like just like leading him on and being
Yes.
like, oh, I know, the world's terrible. And while RM is looking at Jimin in the eyes, because how could you not? Jimin behind his back is filling up his cup with more liquor.
Just straight whiskey.
It's just like,
and we're all like, thank you. Thank you, Jimin. You are the meaning of Christmas.
You're like, our goal is to get RM in bed with J-Hope so they're both passed out.
Just
and
let him
we can
sleep
just
it
have
off.
fun.
And we can
just
all
have fun.
calm down
Yes.
for 5 seconds.
All right, V.
I said that he's the guy who was fine and then was suddenly very drunk. Where you're like, I was just talking to him and he was fine. And then now all of a sudden he is acting wacky. Like wearing fake reindeer antlers, is suggesting karaoke. I mean, like 0 to 60. How did this happen? That
I
guy.
love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I had that he's kind of similar, the theme guy. But the guy with a straight face.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like standing in the corner, quietly watching the party, seems to be enjoying himself, but he has on like a Santa's favorite hoe sweatshirt. And you're like, are you being serious?
That's
or
the thing
are you
about
being
V.
sarcastic? I can't tell.
He shows up in an ugly sweater and you're like, is that fashion? Or is that like a thing? Is it like an ugly sweater or is he just more fashionable than me?
And you can't tell.
It's hard to say.
Like at the end of the night, you have no idea.
Because like he looks great in it. And you don't know if that's just because he's handsome or because it looks good. Like it's
is
so
this
confusing.
intentional? I don't know what you're doing.
You're like trying to get somebody. See how drunk you can get RM before he asks if it's an ugly sweater. Like,
like J-Hope would have asked, but he's been out for 10 minutes.
yeah. J-Hope. V wasn't even at the party when J-Hope passed out. Like, J-Hope's done before everybody even shows up.
Like the next day, you're like, V, do you remember when J-Hope did this? And he's like, was he at the party?
You're like, I don't think he was there.
I don't think I saw him there at all.
Oh, yeah, he fell asleep for sure. That's right.
All right. Your favorite,
Okay.
Megan.
I feel bad
Your
about
favorite
this one.
Jungkook.
Again, because I'm always just assuming that I'm like secretly lusting after him across the room at this party. I say that he's the guy who doesn't really know who to talk to at the party because it's such a weird thing to be going from work to a social place that he just kind of stares at his phone the whole time. Like he's there, but he's on his phone the whole time.
I can see that.
And it's like that awkward, what is our relationship outside of the office thing? And he just can't quite figure it out. So he just decides to like reject addressing it. And it's probably wise because Jimin's plying me with alcohol. And I'm ready to make a move. He's like, Megan, you're much older than me. And I'm like, whatever. It's ages just
Megan's standing outside the door with a sign that says, to me, you're perfect.
Oh, I'd love actually the crap out of him. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Can you imagine if Jungkook got Love Actually'd? He would be so confused.
He would be like, what is
I
happening?
Feel like the amount of time it would take to process him to process what's happening, he would just like close the door. Like he'd just be like, I can't do this right now. I don't know what's
can just
happening.
see him, so I can see the roles would be reversed. So
Yes.
he would be Keira Knightley.
He would be Keira Knightley.
Opening up the door.
I'm
And there
the
would
guy
be
from The Walking Dead.
Megan would be there, the man from The Walking Dead holding signs. And the first thing, tell him it's Carol Singers. And Jungkook would be like, it's Megan and she wants me to tell you it's Carol Singers.
You'd be like, Jake, can you come here for a second? I'm really confused.
Megan wants me to lie. Can I say this?
And I'd be like, no, I just like run down the street as fast as I could. I don't want anyone else to see this. This was a private moment. You ruined it. And then the next day at work, I would be like, so we heard you like held a sign up outside the house and totally freaked Jungkook out. That's a weird move. And I'd be like, what are you doing?
I love this
Anyway,
so much.
I don't know, just like a spiral.
I said that he'd be the guy who always gets too physical at a party. Where it's something stupid like Jin is running around freaking out about something and Jin's like, we need more space for the food. Can you bring that table over here? Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, I got it by myself. Yes. And like 20 people are there to help. And he's like, I can get it by myself.
Everyone
like,
back off.
Stop. This is not a competition.
You're like,
we can all help you move this table.
Do you think because you can lift 6 chairs at once?
that
Actually,
you have to?
You know what though? I think it would serve the purpose that it serves the desired purpose. Yes. I would see that and be like, Wow, that's a lot of chairs.
Megan be like, Becca, I'm gonna go upstairs and I gotta get ready to Love Actually Jungkook dinner.
I need to find some poster board now.
And do you have a Sharpie? Did you bring a Sharpie?
To me, you can carry 6 chairs. That's all. Literally all I want in a man. Oh, he's so cute.
Well, if that didn't get us in the holiday spirit,
I want to go to this party. It's a bummer because I can't.
We just did, Megan. And you know what's great? We recorded it so we can relive it over and over again.
And ever. The time I got rejected by Jungkook outside of his house in the cold. Good news, guys. It won't be the last time. I'll happily spend the rest of my life getting rejected.
I have missed doing these in person with you.
I know, it's so much
more fun.
Becca also brought Hershey's Kisses, so we have a whole thing going on here.
We've got champagne, we've got wine, we've got Hershey Kisses. Mm-hmm. And unlike J-Hope, we just started, so.
Yeah, we're going slow.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know where to begin because we have a lot of fun things to cover. Mm-hmm. So, you know how I hate sappy stuff. I'm going to read 3 messages we got from some very sweet listeners that are kind of sappy. And then we can go on and do all the crazy stuff. Okay. Megan is so excited and I'm like excited. Cringing. Okay.
I want you guys to know, and I've probably said this before, as much as Becca hates compliments, I love them 10 times more. I'm that girl who's like, oh my God, stop, but really don't stop. Keep telling me how great I am. Can't get enough.
And I'm the one who somebody walks up to me and they're like, hey, Becca. And I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
She's like, I'm gonna just melt into the floor now. Please stop attacking me with your kindness.
All right, so I won't say names because I don't know if they want us to or not. So here we go. First message when we announced that we were having an anniversary episode. I just want to reiterate what I said in my email a couple weeks ago. I have been so thankful for both of your friendship this year, and I always smile when I think about all the great things you introduced me to and all the crazy things we've been able to share this year. Your podcast is always a highlight of my day, and no matter what the next year brings, I will continue to be a loyal listener for as long as you put out this fun and crazy podcast.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
All right.
I'm going to get real emotional here.
I'm just going to keep reading. Mm-hmm. Number 2. Okay, this one I actually have advice for, so we'll get back to this. Mm-hmm. But here we go. I'm married, and I do feel a bit weird sometimes for having ultimate biases. It's so nice to have your podcast and feel normal and validated. You and Ask Me About K-Pop are my favorite podcasts to run to.
Oh, that's lovely.
That seriously made my day. This email, she emailed twice, and I was like, oh, God, I just love this woman. Okay, next and last. This is more for Megan than anything.
Uh-oh.
By the way, I spent the weekend absolutely emotionally wrecked due to a drama, and I'm very sorry to report I hold you both responsible.
Uh-oh.
Let me explain. The description of Shopping King Louie didn't really pique my interest until I heard y'all talking about how great it was. So I gave it a try, and this is in all caps. And you are so right, it is pure joy. Mm-hmm. And I binged it, and then I was like, in all caps, who is this So-in-gook guy? And how is it possible that he's the creepy-looking guy from the Smile Has Left Your Eyes trailer?
Yep.
Another drama I didn't have any interest in. Mm-hmm. But now I'm curious about this lovable Louie being this wacko in another show. So I started The Smile Has Left Your Eyes.
Oh, no.
And it was great. And I binged it and watched the finale over the weekend. And, oh, geez, I have to stop now. I can't even thinking about it again. Too soon. My heart aches. We ruined somebody's life.
You know what, though? I'm glad you went down with me because I also watched that show, and it was one of those things where all the way through I was like, eventually they're going to explain why he's such a creep, and he's not going to be a creep. No.
I haven't seen it.
I
just saw people on Twitter erupting after the finale, and I was like, I will never watch this show.
I won't even start because this could end up taking like an entire hour for me to rant about the show, which I did like, which I do think was a good show. But let me just say that lovable, beautiful Louie in this makes some choice decisions where you're like, there must be a reason why. There is not. He is just wreaking havoc, like half of the show.
Okay, I'm going to point out, We are not talking about Shopping King Louie.
No.
We are talking about the show
Yes,
The Smile Has Left Your Eyes. So it's the character Louie in Shopping King
same
Louie.
actor.
Plays a creepy guy in The Smile Has Left Your Eyes.
And he's one of our very favorite actors of all time.
He's so great.
So it's a lot.
Oh, boy. See, but this is a Becca drama.
Oh, yes.
Because people were freaking out, and I was I don't know,
No,
it kind of sounds like a Becca drama.
I feel like you wouldn't even bat an eye at some of the stuff that happened in this drama, whereas I was losing sleep about it. Like, it is super dramatic. And the ending made me want to punch a wall.
So on a level of, like, Shopping King Louie to Temperature of Love crazy, is it past Temperature of Love?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yes, because life and
now
death.
I want to.
So there's
really
like
want to
no
watch
matters
it.
of life and death in Temperature of Love. There are so many matters of life and death in this one. This seems more like that Hwang Jun-wook secret show that you've only described to me.
Secret Love.
Is that what it's called?
I think it's called Secret
Love.
or Secret Love. Yes.
It's like on par with that, where it's just ruining people's lives and everyone dying all the time.
Oh gosh, that sounds
Everyone
like a Becca
dying
show.
might be a bit of an exaggeration, but only a bit. You would love it. It made me mad.
I'm kind of excited about it. So, all right. So now let's go to the goofy fun messages we got on social media about our 1-year anniversary. I know I can say this one. We won't say your Twitter handles, but I know I can say this one. This one is from @Mang_and_Sprite. Mang and Sprite said, "You guys should celebrate with a hamburger. #and Sprite."
Sprite liked it.
And I laughed so hard, and Sprite liked it. So, Mang and Sprite, whoever you are.
We know who you are.
I thought that was like one of the greatest tweets
we're
ever.
going to expose you someday, too.
So have we talked about this video before in the podcast? There's a video of RM and BTS, and they get a question, and the question is, what is your favorite food to eat in America that you can't get in Korea?
Right.
So RM translates it, and the rest of the dum-dums just are not listening.
It's just like,
they do
no
not
one's
listen to
paying
him.
attention at all.
And so Jimin's like, noodles.
Yeah.
And then Jungkook behind him's like, what kind?
I say what kind all the time.
And RM's like, we have noodles in Korea.
Noodles in Korea.
And then Jimin goes, Korean noodles. And RM is like,
you're like, guys, listen to the question.
Yeah, that's not the question.
If this was a standardized test, you all failed because you didn't read the instructions at all. You're just shouting foods.
And so people keep doing it. People keep shouting stuff. And finally J-Hope goes, oh, hamburger. And there's like this awkward pause where RM is like rolling his eyes. And then he goes, and Sprite.
If you want a good laugh, just YouTube a compilation of J-Hope talking about Sprite.
It's so good.
Which, again, I'm like making fun of Sprite, making fun of Puma, making fun of all this stuff that BTS hawks. Guess who started drinking Sprite suspiciously this year? It was me. Suddenly, Sprite really appeals to me. And I never drank it before. I am so basic.
I love it.
It works so well on me. J-Hope, I will use anything you tell me to.
We'll have to post this because it's one of my favorite interviews they've done. And then like V keeps trying to say something, and finally they give him the floor, and V's like, I got it. And RM is finally like, thank God, somebody is gonna say an answer that makes sense. And V goes, Panda Express.
You know what though?
And RM goes, we have Panda Express in Korea too.
I gotta defend BTS from RM because he does not offer an answer.
That's true.
RM, you could have said something.
Well, I was pointing that out to my husband because I was laughing in bed at this, and he was like, what's so funny? And then he's like, okay, that's really funny. But he goes, but what food could they have said?
I was just gonna say, I guess really you can get any food anywhere.
But then I was like, I don't know, like guacamole? Is guacamole a common thing in Korea?
In Let's Eat 2, they have guacamole.
Oh, okay, so maybe. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's just one of my favorite things ever.
They also have a Corona Rita, where it's like a giant margarita with a Corona sticking out of it. And I was like, well, that's fun. That looked great.
We should have done that for this year.
Seriously, next year.
All right. The next fun message we got on social media. You made it a whole year without being rendered swimless or being locked in a freezer and practicing safe sex. Congratulations!
I was cracking up. I read that out loud to my mom, and I had to be in like context, like, because people get locked in freezers all the time. And she was like, wow, they really do. She was like, that is really common.
And then that same person wrote, although rare, season 2s do happen. So I guess we'll just have to see if you've moved next door to your childhood love, who you currently hate, and find out that you two knew each other when you were a child. Anything can happen. And you responded with, which is like another one of my favorite things ever. Oh, I can't wait to bond over our forgotten shared trauma. Oh no, season 2 sounds like it's going to be a Becca season for sure.
It's funny because that tweet actually made me sad because I was like, oh, I don't live next door to my childhood love. I live next door to my aunt and uncle. It's boring.
Another one I totally forgot about. Somebody wrote, happy first anniversary. Thanks for being so awesome, Becca and Megan. I totally forgot the Megan story.
Which is also funny because very recently my cousin of mine was visiting me, and there's a Key and Peele sketch about a girl named Megan. It's like this, you just Google it, it's funny. But the guy keeps yelling, Megan, come on. So the whole weekend my cousin was there, he's like, Megan! It was so funny, and I kept thinking like, wait, is that my name? I don't know anymore.
Somebody else said, you should celebrate in a hot tub with sangria. But seriously, congratulations. You make dramas and K-pop a lot more fun for me.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Also, let's talk about this sangria situation, sweetie, because
yes,
I mean,
we may have said it in passing in that one episode, but we do think about it a lot. I feel like between the two of us, off air, it comes up frequently.
I had never thought about sangria in a hot tub until you said it in that podcast.
How is that possible?
And now every time that I see a picture of sangria, I just go back to the hot tub story.
Tip, as soon as I meet anyone, I imagine them in a hot tub.
It's such a bizarre thing.
Just kidding. Don't do that. I hate hot tubs.
I just zoom in on their Adam's apple. Like, let's get a good look at this sucker.
Hot tubs are weird because you're just boiling in your own... You're like a stew. It's just like you're slowly cooking. You're simmering in
and then
hot
somebody
water.
else hops in and you're like, well, the recipe just got a little bit deeper.
All right, more ingredients.
All right. My other favorite was, that's awesome. We should book a romantic getaway in an amusement park. Oversized plushies and emotional outpours included. And you responded with, only if we can get matching hats.
I tried so hard to find a GIF of BTS from the episode of Run where they go, the most recent one, where they go to Lottie World or wherever, and I think it's V and Jungkook have those frog headbands. I was like, there's gotta be a frog headband, and I couldn't find one anywhere.
I'm sorry, Megan.
Wait, did I end up finding one? I found something.
You found one,
yeah. Did I? It was a real treasure hunt.
And the last one I wrote down was somebody wrote, please teach us. I need to learn Korean already. What a great year. And then in Hangul, they wrote, thank you.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Dang.
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 Da-da, da-da. I don't know the words.
If anybody wants to get us a present, we would take a copy of Dang.
Hey, Jungkook, if you're listening.
Since we know you listen.
Yeah.
Also, this is my reassess. Can we dig into reassesses?
Yes.
So first, thank you everybody for your messages and emails and social media posts. It's been wonderful.
And you guys have made it so much easier to like keep doing this. And I mean, we would do it again if nobody was listening just so that we could hang out. But it's been really special.
It's been really special. And I'm not going to lie. There are definitely times, if anybody, I know that a lot of our listeners have their own podcasts too. It's hard podcasting sometimes. Yeah. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of moving pieces.
You can get very stressed out when you're like, oh, I haven't responded to those emails, or I'm like way behind on postings. It's just like, it can feel like a job for sure.
Yeah. And we definitely spend a lot of time on it because we love it.
Right.
And you guys make it so worth it.
Yeah. It's
every single time. If I ever get stressed out, I'll like log into something and I'll be like, oh, this is why. This is why we're still doing this.
But quick plug.
Yes.
If you want to help make it even less stressful on us, seriously subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're like 96 people away from 1,000 subscribers. Please, 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 please tell your friends and family. Just subscribe to Noona Ya Business. I even did it. I never log into anything, and I even logged in and subscribed. I was like the 890th subscriber.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It took me a year.
889 people subscribed to your own channel before you did. Good job, Megan.
Hey, I logged in for you, Becca. I changed my password and logged in because I did not know
Is this you Love Actualing me?
I love actually the crap out of you right now and you don't even know. This hurts more than when Jungkook rejected me.
All right, so let's dig into our show. Let's reassess. I have one reassess, and it's not even a reassess, it's an update.
I'm ready.
Can you tell I've had a glass of champagne because I'm talking really fast and my face is bright red. I can feel it.
She's doing the cheerleader clap too.
Yes, and I tend to get very animated. So, here we go.
I tend to Yoongi when I drink, which is me being like, oh, life is hard.
She's
back in my day.
She looks like drunk uncle from SNL. She's like holding her glass, like it's almost spilling. She's flashing around.
And I haven't even I've only had like half a glass.
Okay, so you guys remember the classic episode of Noona Ya Business where we played a game called If Got 7 Were Days of the Week, right?
Very, very popular episode.
Very popular episode. Classic game we played. Because we didn't think of it. It was a listener request.
Someone told us to do it. And we were like, yes, that's great.
So Jungkook apparently, people are guessing he got drunk. I can't verify.
I mean, I think that's just him.
I think wasn't there.
I think we're like overstating his goofiness or understating his goofiness.
Yes.
I think he can be pretty fun and goofy.
Yes. He logged into a fan cafe and let a certain amount of people in. And then was asking them questions. Megan, what were one of those questions?
Well, it's funny, Becca, because according to the translations I read that are neither verified nor official, apparently he was asking fans what day of the week made them think of him.
Megan, hold up. Now, you might think, okay, that's just a coincidence. Do you guys also remember many podcasts ago when Megan said, you know what I really want more than anything? I want a version of Mic Drop Remix just like the video released. I don't want designer. I just want Aoki and I want the rap line still in the beginning. And Megan, what came out in their next album?
That song. That's not even, there's like, guys, the evidence is ridiculous. We started joking early on that he was listening to this podcast. Sorry, look, we would never call out a listener. But like, Jungkook, you're making it super obvious. And I don't want to say that you're obsessed with me, but like, I think you're obsessed with me and you're like, it's so obvious. But seriously, this is just one in a long line of instances where I'm like, the only way that this is, you can only explain this by saying that he must listen to Noona Ya Business podcast.
I mean, another great example is we wanted a dance practice of Idol.
Oh, and I was talking crap, and I was like, they're not going to release one.
And then the next week.
A week later, what did we have? Dance practice.
So, I guess I'll just leave you with this. I need a version of Dang. I'm not going to ask for a lot.
No.
I also just want Yoongi to come to my house and hang out with me for 40 hours. I don't think that's too much to ask.
No, that's simple.
And you know what? Jimin can come and bring the alcohol. It would be great. We are very fun. It's going to be awkward.
We are super
But you're going to leave saying they're super nice.
Very pleasant. Also, Jungkook Monday. And if you want to know why, DM me.
You think Jungkook is a Monday?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't want to say.
Oh.
He has to approach me for an answer. If he wants to know. If he's going to be so obvious and like beg everybody to tell him what day he is, then he has to work for it a little bit.
You are totally being a Jimin right now.
I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm like V in the streets. Jimin after half a glass of wine. I'm like a V Yoongi combo.
You are.
If you like squeeze those two together, which seems like a terrible combination, kind of.
No, that's you.
Yeah,
that's absolutely
it's like two extremes balanced.
Yes.
That's me during the day, and then like you put some alcohol on me, and I'm straight Jimin. I am drunk Jimin, like straight up drunk Jimin. I'm frisky.
That little scamp.
He knows what he did. He always knows.
Oh, that was my only recess. Is all week. I've been like, I can't wait to get on the podcast and give Megan crap about this because we joke about it.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. And it's still, obviously, we know Jungkook does not listen to our podcast.
No, we don't, though. We don't know that.
It's the 4th time now where something has happened. We've only had 40 episodes. Come on.
We don't know that he's not. There's no way to know that. There's no way to know it. I feel very kind of sure that he's actually listening. And he loves the attention. You love this. You are loving this. I just know it. I know it. Anyway.
This...
Because he doesn't get enough attention otherwise.
Somebody call a barista. This just got dark.
Before he started listening to the podcast, he was like, man, I just wish some 30-year-old lady somewhere in the middle of the United States would
do the classic Megan. I just wish some unemployed
30-something woman
partly into the United States having just moved out of her parents' house.
Total meltdown emotionally. Really unstable. I hope she's thinking about me right now. And I hope she's talking about it publicly so others can hear. I hope that she I'm not thinking about you. I don't think about you at all.
Oh, Megan, as always.
Sorry, that got out of hand. It's fast.
Well, don't worry. I have something to save us. So, Megan,
yes.
for our anniversary episode, I brought back 2 popular previous guests.
Don't let it go to their heads.
Because we've had 3 listeners ask us if we're bringing back our significant others for this episode. Whatever.
What's the big deal with these guys?
You don't look comfortable at all. Are you sure you're comfortable?
Oh, yeah, I feel fine.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to play you. I called Greg and Jeff. I'm going to get closer so you don't have to be already up there. Okay. So I recorded a quick interview with Greg and Jeff. I'm just going to play it. This is here. If you feel the need to stop it, just push the pause button or push the space bar. Do your commentary and we'll continue. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Here we go.
We just jump in, man.
To celebrate the Noona Ya Business 1-year anniversary, thank you for joining me today. Why don't you take a quick moment and introduce yourself to any new listeners?
I am Greg Armstrong, the proud husband of Noona Ya Business host Becca Armstrong.
You bet your biscuits. Who else we got on the phone today?
I'm Jeff Armstrong. I'm Greg's brother, and I'm pretty much Becca's best friend, but I guess I'm also I'm also Megan's best friend, and I'm Greg's best friend too, my brother. But I think I'm J-Ho's best friend. No, I'm Megan's boyfriend, and I'm very happy for the podcast to be celebrating 1 year.
Real quick, I'm so sorry about him, everyone. It's really, I'm so sorry.
Year.
He's everybody's
1
favorite
year.
because he's already name dropping and he's congratulating you and everything else.
Hold on, I gotta pick up all these names. Got 'em.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so I just wanted to invite you on today, ask you a couple questions.
Cool.
First, any general thoughts? When Megan and I came to you guys a year and some odd months ago and was like, hey, funny thought. We thought we would start a podcast. A, did you guys think we'd actually do it? And B, did you think we would make it a whole year? You can be honest.
Jeff, your thoughts?
I definitely thought you guys would follow through on it. Yeah, I guess a year. It does not surprise me 1 year. But you definitely picked the best time to start it because it was probably around Thanksgiving where it was the conversation around family members, which is the best time to most awkward, times to be like, yeah, Megan and I are gonna start a podcast on K-pop and K-dramas, and that's when you really get family reactions like, what?
Wait,
What?
they don't even speak English? No, they're Korean. So no, they don't.
Yeah. So no, that was the best time to do it. So congratulations on your timing.
That was Becca and I going around being like, yeah, you should really be watching and listening to them because you guys are weird that you don't. And everybody's like, we don't get it. And we're like, well, we don't get you.
Thank you.
So it was 1 year ago that you started escaping weekly to our office basement and leaving me upstairs with the kids. And it was 1 year ago.
No comment. No comment. You owe me. That's a conversation not to have on air, Greg.
So basically it was 1 year ago that for like I said, once a week Becca would escape to the basement and I would hear like random like fits of laughter and then there'd be like a little quiet and then there'd be another eruption of laughter. Next one would continue to get bigger and yep, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Megan, I'm no joke, guys. There's no overshare here amongst us Noonas.
Okay. Oh yeah.
There were like 3 or 4 podcasts in the last year where I would go upstairs and be like, Greg, I thought I was going to pee my pants. Like, not joking. I legitimately thought I was going to wet myself from laughing so hard at what Megan was telling me.
It's true. And every week it was.
The same Megan from the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different
All
Megan.
right.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every week it was, I'm sorry, were we too loud? Were we too loud? I'm sorry, was that too loud? Like, no, it was great.
So, yeah, my office is in like the corner of our house. So if I shut the door and the kids are sleeping upstairs on the other end of the house, I feel like we're okay. But there are legitimate moments where I'm like, I think I just woke up all my kids from laughing so hard at what Megan just said.
It didn't stop you from continuing to do it, but
No.
you just were worried that I'd have
No.
to take care of them at that
We
point.
have never once stopped the podcast. That is how dedicated we are
We
to
really
this
haven't.
topic.
That's right.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. So anyway, continuing on with our conversation, Greg and Jeffrey, true or false? You've never been annoyed with us randomly talking K-pop or K-dramas to you in daily conversation.
Is this like a lie detector test? Like, am I hooked up to something that I can't tell a lie?
If anything, it's FOMO. It's like not the fear of missing out. Like, I just missed out on all these dramas, but it's like I've pretty much made it pretty public that I'm more in the K-pop than I am
Yes.
K-dramas. So
Because you've never tried. to watch it.
I will say no, it hasn't annoyed me. And that's being truthful and not even trying to like suck up to the hosts of Noona Ya Business.
This is in Greg's defense. He has always been one of our most supportive relatives about this whole thing. He like encourages us to talk. He asks lots of questions, which is awesome.
Because let's be fair here. I have a guilty pleasure of watching wrestling, like WWF, like Hulkamania, wrestling. And so I talk a lot about, wrestling that took place 25 years ago, and Becca doesn't get annoyed. So I figure that, she can tell me about her stuff and we'll make it work. So
Right? I totally don't get annoyed by that at all. You're right.
Savage.
I'm kidding. Those are good answers. Now I have a question for you because just today I was responding to some emails from our listeners and a very sweet listener was like, sometimes I feel guilty because I'm married, but I still have biases in some of these groups and it kind of makes me feel a little bit guilty. And so Greg was sitting next to me on the couch and I was like, how would you respond as a husband? And he had a great answer. But before I tell you his answer, Jeff, how would you respond?
yeah, Jeff,
What?
why do you respond?
No pressure, Jeff. No pressure.
He has a bias.
don't get your bias on. Come on. Yeah, isn't that like it's like the American like your cheat list or like your one chance like list.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you
your
know, if
hall
I
pass
ever-
or
exactly. It's like sure, I don't care. Go
Yeah.
for it.
We had that conversation once where we were talking about how like if the one celebrity who you could like get away with being with, and I was like, well, I think I should get to pick more than one because the ones I'm gonna pick live in South Korea and it's much farther away, so the chances of me meeting them is much smaller. So I should get to have like 10.
And was Jeff okay with that?
Yeah,
Of course
Jeff's
he
okay
is.
with everything. He's the best.
Jeff is the coolest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Greg's
If you-
answer.
if
Do
you
you remember
seriously got
yours?
What was my exact answer again?
He said, a happy wife is a happy life. He said, you want your wife to be happy. Biases make her happy. Hence, you want her to have a bias.
There you
You
go.
benefit from the happiness. Like,
Yes.
come on.
Right?
Hey, and when you think about it, she already has a man in her life who has like rock hard abs.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm not really expecting more of that. Not that Jeff and Greg don't. You guys don't know that they don't. They might.
My other answer I think would be that, I mean, clearly you can tell how much I take care of my personal appearance and how good I look. So, you know, what am I to be jealous about?
He looks
'Cause
great.
Clearly with
They both
this
look
hair
great.
and this hoodie that I pulled it off the floor when we got down here, you know, like, so
That's beautiful.
clearly
So guys, no, I'll totally cut this part out. You guys have never been attracted to a K-pop idol before, right? Come on now.
If Jeff
Have
says
you seen
Jamie,
BTS?
I was gonna say, like, it's probably weird that I'd say, like, the guys are probably like more attractive than the
Yeah,
girls,
right?
right? Like,
There's some
Way
fine-looking
prettier.
specimens.
yeah.
I mean,
Jimin, am I right?
I mean,
okay, guys, I feel like I shouldn't expose Jeff this way, but after we saw Burn the Stage, he was like, so let's talk about Jimin in that leather jacket. And I was like, yeah, anytime.
you're like, can we?
I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
Let's put it on the calendar. How many days should we discuss this?
So you want to talk for like 2 or 3 hours every night for the rest of our lives? Fine. We can pencil that in.
Jimin.
I mean-
Jimin.
Yeah.
I'm a Psy guy. Everybody's attracted to Psy, right?
I totally
amazing
forgot that
taste.
you're a side guy.
Yep.
You know what,
Hey.
Greg? He would be your oppa. He is older than you. So you chose
yes.
well.
Okay.
You chose well. Yes.
So back when you were asking if I ever got annoyed. So normally, like, this is like one of my pet peeves is when you're like sitting next to someone who, like, you're just sitting there, you're not talking to each other, and they're on their phone, and they like will laugh at something they just read, and they like laugh again, and they just like kind of like keep laughing because they want you to ask like what's so funny,
Right,
like
right.
you know that situation.
Yes.
So I'm stone cold because I will just never ask like what's so
will
funny
not-
you're
he
laughing
will
at because I
not give
guarantee
it.
it's not funny, and then I feel awkward like lying to that person. So having said that, now that Megan and I live together, there will be times in bed where I'm like I'm falling asleep or something. She'll be on her phone, like, you know, you gotta do the quick, like, you know, Tumblr, like,
Oh yeah, you
search
gotta
or,
scroll through, see what's
yeah,
going on.
Quick
Yeah.
Tumblr search.
and I'll see
It's
her
real
like,
quick.
I can just like almost feel her like laughing and giggling. Now it's the opposite. Now I'm like, I'll like roll over. All right, I gotta know what
He loves the BTS memes,
what
guys.
is it? What did Jungkook do? Like, who matched up what? Like, who made this? Like, who made this poster
made
like the
this?
best?
That exact scenario played out last night before we went to bed, before we fell asleep. That exact thing
times
happened.
Good fellas
9 times
here.
out of 10, it's usually like, okay, that's pretty funny. The only reason why it wouldn't be funny is like, yeah, because I saw that like 5 hours ago.
No.
Like,
Do you know on a daily basis, Jeff has to be like, I sent that to you. Like, I'll show him something I think is funny. He's like, and he gets like, not annoyed with me, but like, Megan, I sent that to you. Why weren't you paying attention? I do it all the time.
yeah. So
Oh, we're sharing
so
so
living
many,
with
so many
so
deep
living
dark
with
secrets
Megan is
today.
Terrible.
I do want to tell our listeners, I told them a long time ago when Megan said she was going to move in with you, I made her that sign that says, leave me alone or go away. I'm BTSing right
I'm
now.
BTSing. You got it. You want me to get it?
You, before she even moved in, sent me a picture. She had brought it up to your apartment and you had hung it on the door for her and you sent me a picture of it and you're like, it's here. It's ready. I'm ready to be respectful of her BTS time.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
He uses it too.
He's taken ladies, boyfriend material.
Yeah, he uses it
It's
too.
our BTS time now.
Actually, there you
We
go.
share
There you
BTS.
go.
So
Magical.
So Greg, I know, Jeff, I know you don't watch K-dramas as much as what I usually drag Greg into it. Do you have any fun K-drama memories over the past year? Any characters that stick out of me talking about them regularly?
I always go back to the classic pasta.
Pasta.
Yeah, is that what it was? It pasta?
Pasta was my first.
I almost said Pasta King Louis, but like that's
and
combining.
not a sample of your pasta. Not a sample of your
That's right. But yeah, you know, Chef.
Chef.
Uh-huh.
Chef
Hey,
was a
Chef.
good one. Hey, Chef, day, Chef.
Yeah.
Day, Chef. We quote that regularly in our
Yeah.
house.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I always go back to that one. That was
Yeah.
always a good one. That was one of the first K dramas that you watched, correct?
Yeah, it was the first K-drama I watched.
The first.
Pasta.
Was that
Chef.
Ding Dong?
There he is. Hey, ding dong.
That was Greatest Love.
Yo, ding
Yo,
dong.
ding dong.
We still
No,
say
no,
that to
ding
each
dong.
other.
Yo,
That's
ding
right,
dong.
that's
Greg
right.
also loved Dog Poopy from Fated to Love
I was
You.
gonna say that one. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that one.
Good old Dog Poopy.
What was the one that really got to you that you couldn't watch the end of it? Reply
Oh.
1988.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember
How
that
is
was
he-
a.
Did you hear that? I did not prep him on this at all. That's impressive.
I
No,
almost said
I-
rewind to 1988, but I got it
close
right
enough.
right before I said it.
It was almost hard to like listen to the podcast where you guys were like, I just couldn't even, or like you guys like it's like you had to like stop everything. Like,
No, it was. I mean, it was like a solid like week around our house where Becca was like just despondent. She just couldn't deal with what
Yeah.
happened.
I was like, love doesn't exist. Why even bother?
She
Get away
walked
from
around with a hood up all the time, like just done. Do not
Charlie
talk
Brown
to me.
music
And that
was
included her
playing.
kids for like a week. I'm kidding.
Don't talk to
Yeah,
me.
right.
Mommy's grieving.
Yeah.
Megan and I normally make fun of the people that say this kind of thing, but Megan, she couldn't even.
She
She
could
just-
not even.
I can't even. I just can't. I'm like, you can't what? She's like, I just can't. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine.
I would only use that in a
But,
serious
uh,
issue.
but we
No,
did.
everything
So,
is
yes.
not going to
Yep.
be fine.
Yep. We
No.
had those.
No,
We had those conversations here.
I do lack the K drama, but we did just go see Burning, the Korean movie that is like getting major like praise.
Yes, how was it?
It was good. It's got Steven Yeun from The Walking
Mhm.
Dead. He's like a Korean actor who like doesn't really do like big like movies, but this was of course. Guess who's trying to call me right now?
Of course, the Megatron.
Was it me?
Yep, she's trying to call me right now.
Oh, sweet Maymay, he's busy.
She wants in on this. She's getting jealous.
She's going to be
I know,
so jealous. I
I
didn't
know.
tell her we were doing this. It's fine if you guys did. I didn't tell her.
They did not.
So it was good. But it was really cool seeing him just because I used to really like The Walking Dead, and he just got nominated like best supporting actor and stuff. So yeah, it's really apparently the lead guy is like the Leonardo DiCaprio.
Guys, it's UIN. And I feel like I've talked extensively on this podcast about how much I love UIN, and I was trying to describe him to Jeff, like how important he is. And all I could think is like kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio, because he is an idol kind of actor guy. Like he's in shows and he's really handsome and everybody loves him, but he's also definitely an artist. Anyway, he was so good. And you guys, you could see his butt in this movie.
Korea, like
I
acting
mean, there are
wise.
many.
I
There
was
are
gonna say.
many,
I know.
many
I'll
attractive
just ask
fellows
Megan,
who are
what's his name
talented.
right now, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was really good. So
All right. So another thing I wanted to ask both of you, just as far as the podcast and stories we've had, does anything stick out in like an episode, or is there anything that we did that you're like, that was pretty good, girls, for something I'm not interested in at all?
Nope.
I'll start by saying that this podcast has really been groundbreaking because no other podcast has really tapped into the entertainment and entertainment personalities and Subway relationship. That's never really been tapped into until this podcast broke that wall.
It's a booming market. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
And it needed to be tapped into.
Yeah, real untapped resource, and
Yeah.
this podcast has really hit it on
We're
the head.
all about synergy here at Noona Ya Business.
We break down walls.
it's got to be the it's groundbreaking, but talking about how Ticketmaster just flat out
Oh, yeah.
forks people over.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh,
like,
how are more people not talking about this? I
Right.
feel like
No,
it's like
well-
Noona Ya Business, and then it's the Hamilton guy. That's it. They're the only
Yep.
people out there being like,
yeah.
why does anybody even use Ticketmaster? They're terrible.
well, that's like I remember like Chance the Rapper like did the same. He like went and rebought them out to sell them again from like the people that were just trying to make like so much money off of it. And I think like some country just was like the first country to like ban that. But it's like, why is that banned all the time? And it's like,
I'm not kidding.
Also, a listener and I were talking the other day, and she made a really good thing, or she like sent me a tweet where somebody was saying that they should make BTS do a run episode where they have to buy tickets to their own concert to see how terrible it is. So this is not my original idea. I want to make that clear. I think-
Jungkook, we know you listen.
yeah, you guys should have to try because it's awful.
I don't even want you to tell Yoongi to come to my house anymore and hang out for 48 hours. This is a great idea. I would love to see BTS try to buy tickets to their own concert the minute they go on sale.
No pre-sale.
Having 40 different people trying to help them. And I would love to see how many of them actually get freaking tickets.
Yeah.
That is a great idea. Whoever tweeted that is
like
genius.
Twitter or Tumblr or somebody, you're a genius and you're right, and I'm ready to start a petition.
Yes, let's do it.
So anyway, sorry.
Jeff, you know this because you were sitting with me at Thanksgiving when I looked it up. So I didn't know that winter tickets went on sale.
Yes.
I knew winter was coming, and like it must have been like a 4-day notice and they went on sale. I was not prepared because I'm a mom with a job. And at Thanksgiving, I was looking up ticket prices because I was like, Megan and I have to go to winter. And the best seats I could get.
Hold on. You talking about the band that won that won our
K-pop Madness episode.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Full
yes,
circle.
I am talking about winter.
Yep.
Good job, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
But the best seats I can get are 6th row, and they are 5 times the original asking price.
That's
I'm just
sick.
like, I can't. I just blew all this money on this
No.
BTS concert.
So
I don't think we're going to go. And I feel bad about it, but I'm like, it just, it makes me so mad.
You should still look at, I mean, if you don't have to be 6th row, you should still look into, or is those the only ones available?
They were the only ones available when I looked. There were some other ones on Ticketmaster, but it was like way in the back, and of course it was like crazy expensive too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna drop a lot
so
of money,
ridiculous.
I'd rather drop a little more money and be up closer. But anyway,
Well, you're always welcome to just come to Chicago and we'll listen to Winter really loud.
I think that's what we should do.
that's
what we need to.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
But I will agree with, getting back to the original point, I will agree with young Jeffrey there that yes, that was the video you made and the coverage that you gave to kind of the scandal that is Ticketmaster, I think was very well done. Bravo.
Thank
Heartily
you.
agree, Becca.
Someday,
Heartily
guys.
agree.
somebody will regulate this business.
Yeah.
That was a very like K-drama thing to do. Give me your best.
All right, Megan, push pause. I need you to mentally prepare yourself for what happens in the next few minutes.
Oh, God.
Are you mentally prepared?
I don't know how to mentally prepare.
Let's do this.
Am I going to be horrified, excited, or confused?
all of the above?
Oh, God.
Click play.
Can you guys do the peace signs and make your face look small?
Wait, what?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
Jeff knows. Oh,
My
Greg
face
knows.
looks huge when I do that. And even bigger. My face looks even fatter when I do that.
I just want to do this.
Oh, it's cute. Oh, look at
Send us a
that.
heart. You guys want to do that too? Send us a heart.
Oh, Jeff knows how to do
Wait,
that.
Like a
Why would
heart.
I send you
Make a heart
why would
with
I
your
send
hands.
Why would I send you a heart when I could just send you this?
Right. Guys, I absolutely do not keep a photo card of Jungkook on the desk
Oh, just
where
push
I
play.
podcast.
Push play, Megan. Oh
What's-
no, we moved it.
Hold on.
Hang on,
what's the-
I'll see your Jungkook and raise you a sugar.
Oh, come on. That's not fair.
I know,
Look,
right?
it kind of looks like... Here.
That's amazing.
It kind of looks like I'm talking to Sugar. I'm not moving this at all.
Yeah.
This is staying here for
That's
the rest of
amazing.
the show. All right, so push pause
Oh
really
my
quick.
God, it's our boyfriends.
So for those of you who aren't going to watch this, Jeff was like, I'll see your heart and raise you. And he picks up like a photo trading card of Jungkook and he holds it up in front of his face. And then my husband was like, well, wait, because then I have a sugar one on my computer. So he picks it up. So in the video, it looks like my husband and Jeff are Suga and Jungkook talking to each other. And it gets even better, Megan.
I have to tell you, I was definitely not mentally prepared for this.
I
Hello,
seriously
Rebecca.
don't see a difference.
Oh,
Right?
That's sweet.
It's one and the same. You can't tell if I'm holding up the card or if that's Greg's real face.
Yeah, who's who?
Gosh, you should do the half perm, half crimp hairstyle, Greg. You look fine.
Let me see what I can do here.
Hey, Jeff. I heard you like my
Oh, my
song
gosh.
Dang and Cypher Fart 4. I wrote those just for you, bud.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You should have got named. You should have got nominated for a Grammy. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. It'll happen. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot left. I guess I would just say any overall overarching thoughts of our anniversary episode. Anything you want to tell Megan to make her laugh when she listens to this tomorrow?
I will say that I think that overall your 1 year body of work is very well done. It's researched, it's funny, it's entertaining, all of the, all rolled into one. And
He's trying to suck up.
I'm trying to suck up.
Look at him.
I've had all the the goofy answers, and Jeff was being real. So
Continue.
now I'm trying to be real.
He feels bad because if you haven't noticed, it looks like Santa puked in my office. And he feels guilty. He hasn't done any of the work. So he's just trying to suck up right
Look
now.
at all that.
No, I thought it was there's not many K-drama podcasts out there, so I thought you guys had a niche, and I think you've hit your stride. So it's
Well,
cool.
thank you. It's been fun. Yeah.
Cool. It's cool to see the interactions, especially the people who say, "When are your significant others going to be on again?"
Oh,
I really
gosh.
like those people.
Hold up,
I
guys.
know.
I had
Yeah,
4
yeah.
listeners.
We made those people
God
up.
bless you all, who were like, I hope your special guests for your anniversary episode are your significant others. And I was like, why do you want to hear more from those bozos?
Heck yeah.
Because we're bozos.
Yes.
And,
Nailed it.
and if you've seen any video retweeted of BTS, they're bozos. So
Yes.
it makes sense.
That's very true. Yes.
But no, what was I going to say? Oh, the podcast is, topping charts on Spotify, according to some listeners that I sent you guys. Some people say it was the most listened to. The people shared and gave a shout out.
Their
So
end of
congratulations
year.
to
Really
that.
That really
And,
has nothing to do with us and just everything to do with the people who listen to us.
Hey,
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's even better.
That's because of you guys. Yeah, it's because of you guys. So
Yeah, they've been fun. I'll tell you that. I think, honestly, Megan and I have made legit great friends through this podcast that I never would have thought would have
Good.
happened. I didn't think anybody would listen, period, let alone we would meet such amazing, funny
for sure.
people from all over the place. So it's been really, really fun.
Becky, you've known us, Greg and I, the whole time. The funniest
I
people.
said friends. I didn't say
Oh.
people I have to talk to because I'm related to them.
Oh.
Yes.
That's right.
So funnily enough, I saw my aunt and uncle tonight, and we were talking about the podcast, and I made some comment about people I talk to who like it or something, and they're like, oh, like who? And I was like, oh, nobody I know. Like, nobody I know listens to it. None of my friends listen to it. My mom does when I, explain to her how. Nate did once or twice. Like, no one I know listens to it. So it's all people who we've met in the last year for sure.
been so
Like,
great.
Jeff doesn't really listen to it, just for the record. He's supportive, though.
So,
Oh, anyway. I don't know.
well,
Any other
congratulations.
thoughts? Thank you. It's
Yeah.
been fun.
No. When's the next 4 all 4 of us on one pod?
All about me.
Can we make
Well,
that happen?
I think we're
Bringing
going to
it
do another
back
March
to the
Madness
final
episode.
four.
Okay, another bracket.
Another bracket, but we're going to do
Yes.
K-dramas. So I think what
I
we'll
love
have to
it.
do
I
is
love it.
read you guys the plots
that's
to the
such a good
shows, and you can
idea.
just pick
I
solely
love
based
that.
on the plot that you read.
Are these going to be completely shows I've never heard of? Because I've heard of some.
You've heard of most of them, I would say.
Okay, well, there you
Yeah.
go. Then I'll have
We're
a
going to
little
let
bit
our
of-
listeners vote too.
Yeah,
I think we're
that's
going to make
perfect.
real brackets and put them out on social media, and then
I like
people
it.
can turn in their brackets, and whoever gets the most votes advances to the next round. So
I like it.
yeah, I think that's what we're going to do.
I'm in.
All right, guys.
Greg, it was really nice talking to you.
Hey, brother.
Jeff,
I-
if you could call him Greg Hyung from now on.
Yeah.
Greg Hyun.
Greg
Okay.
Hyung. Yep.
Respect your elders.
You can call me JF.
Instead of J Hope.
J what?
JF.
JF? Oh, because his
All
name
right.
is
Well,
Jeff.
thank you for calling us, Jeff, and I will play this tomorrow for Megan for our anniversary.
right.
Oh, you guys, real quick,
Oh.
you have to sing us the congratulations song.
Uh-oh.
Do you know that one, Jeff?
It goes like this.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We are so proud of both of you.
Congratulations.
We are so proud of both of you.
Man, Jeff, you're like a regular RM with your songwriting.
It was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
That'll
well,
be $15.
I think we're done. So
Awesome.
All right, well, cool.
you guys, this was super fun. I'm sorry to make you miss the Bears game, so go watch
okay.
it.
Oh my god. He missed the Bears game?
He missed the Bears
Oh,
game for you.
Dudes, this is way more romantic than I knew.
Yeah, that's right. I stepped out. I thought I watched the Bears
dang.
game because I love the podcast so much.
Oh, Greg's cheating. Look
I
at
cheated.
it. He pulled up the iPad and is sitting here the whole
I
time.
appreciate it.
To be honest, I was getting a low
guys. That was
connection, so I turned mine
amazing.
off. So.
Well, it's the dedication you have to the pod.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you later, Stubbs. Go
All right.
Bears.
See ya.
Bye.
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 There you go, Megan.
Oh.
Now we don't have to awkwardly sit next to each other.
Darn, I was enjoying it, but okay. Sorry if it made you feel awkward. That was lovely.
Did you like it?
Yes. I hate to say it where they could potentially hear it if they ever listen to the podcast, which they will because they were in it. But we have some solid dudes there.
We have some good fellows.
Good guys.
Some good solid fellows.
I don't want them getting a big head about it, but that was great.
Never.
What sweeties.
Take us on out of here.
Guys, if you want to contact us or connect with us, there are so many ways to do it. You can email us at megan@noonyabusiness.com or becca@noonyabusiness.com. Find us on Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play.
Yeah.
Google Play. If I missed, Podbean, obviously. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if I haven't mentioned that yet. You can also check out our sponsor, whoarted.com. who-arted.com. That's ARTED. Do I usually say other things in this?
I think you covered all of our bases.
I think so. Please reach out to us. Talk to us. We love you.
If you do like this podcast, we would love a nice review. Reviewing helps
right.
other people who have similar interests to us find our podcast. And even if it's not us specifically, if you review our podcast and give it favorable ratings, it helps them find other K-drama and K-pop podcasts. So I would also invite you to check out other K-pop and K-drama podcasts and do the same because there are some amazing ones out there.
There
and they
are
are
so many
some
good ones.
lovely ladies.
Yeah.
I haven't met any men doing it yet, but I would
Not
share
yet.
if I do.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some amazing women out there already podcasting on K-pop and K-dramas, and we would just like to spread that love.
Yeah.
So I say it every episode. Let's do it. Whether this is your first episode or your 42nd episode.
After a whole year.
Thank you for joining us today on Noona Ya Business, and we'll catch you guys next time.